All right, today we're in Havre de Grace, Maryland. So I actually live here. I live about a mile and a half out of town and decided to do a video here. So it's a great historic town, very scenic. Lafayette helped name the town. It almost became the nation's capital. They just revitalized downtown. I haven't really checked it out, so you'll be checking it out with me today. So let's go exploring and see what we find. I think that's Lafayette across the street. Let's go say hi to him. I wonder if he really was that short. I'll have to take a look and see if he really was that short. There he is, Major General Marquis de Lafayette. So in 1782, he traveled through here, and it was actually called Susquehanna Lower Ferry, or Harmers. And Lafayette was like, this reminded him of the harbor city in France, Le Havre. I guess it kind of got around with the locals, and a few years later, they changed the name to Havre de Grace. And so I think it was 1785. So this is Coakley's. Growing up, they did not have this outdoor area, but it's I don't know. I think people try to hate on Coakley's. I actually think it's one of the better places in town. Fun fact, Darius Rucker was here. I guess he was passing through on a tour, and he stopped and had a crab cake right here at Coakley's like some years ago. So over there's McGregor's. Gordon Ramsay has a new TV show, and they did McGregor's. The food to me was terrible. I would try it like every few years and like regret it every time. I haven't heard if it's any better since Gordon's been there, but if you're in town, Tidewater down that hill, I think is a solid choice. Tiny bubbles. Yep, I'm singing for you. In my wine. That's actually pretty good, wasn't it? Anita's Treasures. I need a treasure. Looks like she's got lots of stuff. Yeah, here's the coffee shop, Codcorn Point. He does a pretty good job. They're really nice in there. This is known as Rogers House. And the Roger family actually owned the ferry that went from here, Havre de Grace, to Perryville. And they actually owned a tavern or inn in Perryville. And they owned this one. So this was built in 1788. And in the War of 1812, it's the only surviving building. The locals saved the pub like 3 times from the British. So I thought it was a pretty cool story. It's turning into something called Butcher on the Bay. Before this, it's called Abbey Burger. There's one in Baltimore. The one in Baltimore was really popular. I think it's still there, actually. This one didn't make it. I think it opened in 2019 and just recently closed. I remember when it was just like kind of like a dirty pub back in my teens, my 20s. I can't remember if I was old enough to drink here or not. I remember being in it at some point in my life when it was still just like a local watering hole. So all these sidewalks and all this brickwork, all this is new. They started on this, I think it was last fall. So last fall? I'm bad. I was over the road truck driving, so I wasn't down here very often. I remember being down here at some point, and they were still, you could barely walk on the sidewalks because they were like not built yet. I think they did a really good job. It looks awesome down here now. Must be a great time to come down, get some dinner, have some drinks. There's Cooper's, which I've never been to, but I've heard good things. That's new. Lots of little shops. Easy Bay Boutique. In 1789 is when they were trying to decide where to put the capital, which you all know is DC now. But Havre de Grace was actually a major contender. And I think they actually only lost for like one vote. They were trying to decide if they want to put it near the Potomac, which is where the South wanted it, or expansion west, or up here's where the North wanted it to help them. So it actually came down to a single vote. Speaker Frederick Muhlenberg made the deciding factor, and they decided to go with the DC area. Um, from what I can tell, they were trying to decide where the population was going to be, and I guess they had already figured out that it was probably going to be more population there than was going to end up being here. To give this place a mention, I think it's actually pretty cool. He actually has a lot of like real movie memorabilia inside.
No.
But here's some stuff from the Hunger Game. It's like a Hunger Game chair and some costumes and stuff. Dope. How to do it.
So this is Graw Alley Art Park, and it was named Graw Alley because there was a horse track in Havre de Grace until the 1950s called the Graw. So they made this art park to celebrate the history of Havre de Grace, and there's a ton of these murals, even more than what I show here. It goes back pretty far. But I think they did a really good job on this. It was really, really quite impressive. And I can't believe I never took my time to come down here. I lived in town for like 6 years, and I've never walked down here.
So I'm walking down to the lighthouse, which is almost a mile from town. Probably gonna walk like 4 miles a day. Might have to change the channel name here if I start losing weight, which would be okay. But I'm noticing things. I'm noticing things I've never noticed before. Check this out. It's an airboat. Look at that. Looks fast. All right. Tubby made it down to Concord Point. So the lighthouse is only 36 feet tall. It's a little guy. It was built in 1827. Said it was electrified in 1920, and then decommissioned in 1975. I feel like 1975 is like late. I mean, I wasn't around in 75, but it's kind of a mean looking fish. This pier was destroyed some years ago in a storm that we had. It never got replaced. There's another pier down here. Here's the lighthouse. Looks taller than 36 feet, doesn't it? That's what it said. I double checked. It said 36 feet from the base. So they do a lot of festivals and stuff at the park, concerts in the summer. There's stuff happening here throughout the year. All right, I think we're going to wrap this party up. Tubby's getting tired. I think I'm going to walk just about 4 miles a day. But it feels good, actually. I feel great. I think we're going to walk down this pier and take a look. Butterfly. Give a hoot. No, that's an eagle. Ow. Eagle. All right, we'll stop. So that's Havre de Grace. They've done a lot of good work down there over the last couple years. A lot more restaurants, a lot of cool shops. I think it's kind of a destination now. You could definitely come down here for passing through, enjoy yourself. But yeah, that's my town. So I'm not sure what my next idea is. Let me check these out. Definitely check out some of my shorts. If any of you stumbled upon this one first. I got some. I think I have some pretty cool shorts. So look, he's got his head under water. See that duck? Oh, swan. We missed it. Oh, there he goes. What's he trying? He's finding something, isn't he? So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And have a great day. All right. Thanks. See ya.